But yeah, Carhartt WIP is one of my favorite brands right now, and I think it's so cool. But if you guys see me looking down, I have my laptop down here. Not sure if you guys can see, and then I'm just gonna display what I'm looking at over here so you guys can see. Kind of looks like it's like an homage to like a Memorial Day or Veterans Day or something. You have some flowers surrounding an American flag. Not a whole lot to be said there, I don't think. Got the checkered pants, also like nothing too crazy. Moving on, you have some flannel print pants and a striped rugby. Once again, not a huge fan of the pants. I think the rugby's all right. So this parka on the far left is really cool, I think. It's a longer parka. Looks like it's got a lot of utility pockets and whatnot. It's a pretty basic outfit, you know, nothing too loud. And that's one of the things I really like about Carhartt WIP. I feel like a couple years ago, everybody was really big into the hyped brands and the logos everywhere. But that got overplayed too much, and I feel like people are moving towards more subtle branding or smaller brands, not as hype. So this jacket in the middle looks like a pretty lightweight jacket, and I'm not a fan of that material, so I'm just gonna skip over that. That hoodie, I think they've done before, or maybe it's a crew neck, but I think they've done that camo before with the orange font, so that's nothing new. Moving on to the far right, you have the classic, I think they call it the Michigan Chore coat. Could be something different though. I think they have a Detroit something jacket, which is also very similar. But yeah, just basically the classic Carhartt jacket. If you guys don't know, there's a big difference between Carhartt and Carhartt WIP. Although they do have some items that are very similar, like their beanies and these jackets, the quality on the Carhartt WIP items are way higher, and obviously the price is a lot higher too. Another cool thing you can see from this is the scarf. Kind of looks like it's a Polartec scarf, and you got the little Carhartt badge, which I think is really cool branding. It's subtle, but you also know what it is because you get the Carhartt C. So I really like that. I think it's cool. I will say I'm not a huge fan of the fringe on scarves like that, so that's a pass for me. Moving on, you have this Sherpa Fleece, and I think this is pretty cool. I want to say they were doing some fleeces like this before, or they have done some before, but I like this one. Reminds me of the Patagonia fleeces. You got the nylon pocket, and then the rest is Sherpa, and just looks really comfortable, and I like it, you know. Nothing too loud, just camo colorway. So next up you have this futuristic shirt. On one sleeve it says gaze into the future, and on the front it says Carhartt Virtual Advisors. Very reminiscent of like some vaporwave aesthetic or something along those lines, where it's like 80s futuristic stuff. I want to say it comes in this color and then another colorway which is like a blue-gray. But yeah, I do like this colorway more. Next up you have a fleece like track jacket almost, and then a hunting jacket. Yeah, not a whole lot to be said there, you know. They speak for themselves. One's camo, one's white with a little Carhartt branding on the chest. Looking at the gloves, they're kind of cool. You got the Carhartt patch on the back of your hand, and then on your palms you have the Carhartt branding in a like glossy finish. So next up you have one of these Carhartt coats, and this is the Detroit jacket. Not a big fan of the blue colorway. I like that tan or beige or brown, whatever. I like that a lot more. Striped knit sweater, which is all right. Not a big fan of the yellow that they mix with the maroon, but kind of gives you like some Gryffindor vibes. And then once again you have those plaid pants in a different colorway this time, and they just remind me of like some lounge pants, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Looks like on the far left we have the black colorway for that camo Sherpa we saw earlier. You have two different puffer jackets, one full zip and one either 3/4 or half zip. And I really don't like puffer jackets, so that's a pass for me. I think these are different pieces, but they're very similar in the sense that they have the taped seam branding. So when you zip it up, you have this taped seam that has the Carhartt branding and some checkered stuff on it. And then also on the image to the right, it looks like he's carrying a duffel bag that follows that same trend. So this looks like that white fleece that we saw earlier, but in a very loud orange camo colorway, and you have all the matching accessories that go along with it. You have a orange undershirt, an orange camo neck gaiter, and then a hat to match. Also, you're able to click on the pictures and it gives you a little rundown of the stuff, whether or not it's in stock right now. So you have $155 for that bow fur jacket or whatever, and then the corduroys are going to be $148. So like I was saying earlier, the Carhartt WIP stuff is pretty expensive, but a lot of it does go on sale. For the prices that some of these items reach when they're on sale, it's definitely worth it. You have this checked shirt, jacket, shacket, and then also a corduroy button-up. And I'm a huge corduroy fan, so since that corduroy shirt has the branding down there that you can see, probably doesn't have the branding on the chest. They tend to do this a lot. For the flannel shacket, you do have the branding on the chest, and I really like this. It's going to be a super nice piece, probably very expensive. All right, so here on the far left is probably the piece I'm most excited for, and that is a maroon or dark red corduroy jacket. And we can actually see here that it is the Widsom shirt jacket, and it costs $188. So in the middle you have some green garments, looks like another puffered coat, a pretty simple hoodie, and some pants. Let's see, yeah, the canvas coat jacket for $218, pretty pricey, and it just looks like, from what we can see here, it just looks like they have that chest embroidered logo. They have a zip hoodie and then some sweatpants. So here's a look at some other fleece gloves, and then the guy is rocking some camo cargo pants, and he's wearing what they call the Madison Jacket. So moving on, we have this dude with some of the baggiest pants that they've shown off. I do like how they have the Carhartt branding on the back for these, and I do think the pattern used for the pants are cool, but that fit is definitely too baggy for me, and for that reason I'm out. But yeah, it looks like they have some sort of check shirt or flannel, and then also a black Detroit jacket, I want to say. Got another puffer and another flannel. Not a huge fan of that flannel, and I don't like puffers, so that is a pass. You have a blue colorway for that fleece. Another Parka, which is pretty cool. Not sure if it's the same one, but I did like the last one. So moving on, you have a vertical striped t-shirt, which I do like. Ooh, and it is long sleeve, the Barnett striped long sleeve for $55, which is not too bad for Carhartt WIP prices. Looks like they're doing restocks or more colorways for the Madison Cord, which is a corduroy shirt, of course. You can see he's rocking that there, and then he has a canvas coat jacket, which I actually like the collar on that. I like how that is. So next up you have this Czech jacket, and it's not really something I would wear, but I think it's alright. Next up you have the Mission mask, which is a balaclava, I don't know. But yeah, it's got this orange camo colorway that we've seen before, and guy rocking the puffer jacket. I think that's a pretty badass picture, but I do not like puffer jackets. We have another colorway for that corduroy jacket. It's actually called the Widsom shirt jacket if you guys are interested, and I really like that shirt jacket. That colorway is cool also. Next up you have this pretty serious parka with a lot of pockets or flaps, I don't know. Definitely a lot going on there, and I think that's kind of cool. Not something I would wear just because of the colorway. On the right, looks like you have another colorway for that mask, and then another colorway for that jacket as well. We've got this parka in an orange colorway, and then also a camo vest, which I think is pretty cool. I like the Carhartt vests. They don't seem like super baggy, and they're not puffers, which a lot of people do for vests. I really don't like the puffer vest. Moving on, we have another look at some corduroy pants, which look pretty nice. I really like this colorway. You have a look at some kind of jacket with a Sherpa collar, and it almost looks like an aviator jacket or something along those lines. And then also you can see there's a denim button-up, and this is actually a new colorway for their Salinic shirt jacket, which I actually just bought one that was on sale. I think it was like $89 or somewhere around there. So like I was saying, you know, look, this retails for $175, so almost $100 off, and that's like an example of some of the sales you'll see some of these items go on. So definitely worth it by then. At that point, quality on it is super nice, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. So that wraps up the lookbook for Carhartt WIP. So they're a little bit different from most brands. Some of the stuff is already released. Obviously the other stuff releases at some other point. I'm not even sure if they do regular drops or what the interval is for their drops, but every now and then they'll post updates on their Instagram. So if you guys are interested in certain items dropping, be sure to follow them on Instagram so you can get the updates and see when stuff is posted. They'll also do sale updates on there, and if you guys are looking for more sales, you can look at End Clothing and Essence, like I said. Other than that, what do you guys think of this Carhartt WIP collection? I'm a big fan of it. There are a lot of things from it that I want, but since it's so expensive, I'll probably wait for sales for most of the pieces, if not all the pieces that I want.